starting the stream, but doesn't mean we're actually live, Stuart. Doesn't mean we're actually live. It's a whole different thing. But are we, Stuart? Aren't we? No one's going to watch this, are they? Oh. Yes. Oh, but we look nice and clean on Skype, actually. Look at that beautiful signal. It's a great signal, actually. Yay, the internet. The internet's fast. You know, I had so many internet outages yesterday and the day before. Like, so many. So I'm glad it's working right now, because it was not... I just had to get... You know, it's funny when you have to go up the internet for like an hour, and it's like, I can't check Facebook every 20 minutes. Well, you're so used to doing that. Oh dear. And just note, guys, this time I'm hosting the stream, so Stuart can't see me, so I get to see Stuart for the first time just live for ages, because we can only see one of us. So I can see... I can actually see him. And Stuart's like this amazing... Is my profile picture the one, me sort of smiling, is that the one thing you're looking at right now? My amazing face. Or is it sort of... Hi. Wow. Or early, if you didn't get the message that we're an hour earlier. So many. Yeah. But we're here now. And we're going to do the vamping for a bit, waiting for you wonderful people to join in. And a lot of people joined in already. Wow. Happy weekend, everyone. It's... Yes. Okay, well, let me listen to the live and see if I can. You're right, you're not there. Huh. Okay. Try talking now. Just turn all the other microphones. Oh dear. Stuart, try talking. Alright, just put on the other microphones. I'll try again, Stuart, and I guess I'll... No, all my things are on. Well, they can't hear you. They can't hear you. He just said lots of other technical difficulties. No, you're still not talking. Huh. Hi, guys. I'm listening to him. I'm hearing him. I don't know what that would be, though. Desktop audio. This is... And do I just add that in Mixer? Or do I add that in? So yeah, guys, this is the technical... I just should keep talking, shouldn't I? Because there's only a certain amount of... Hi, guys. We're doing the technical portion of the podcast. Sorry, the podcast. I tell you what, Stuart, you can type in chat. You can talk to everyone in chat while I just keep nonsensing. I don't even know which... Like, it worked last time. Is it audio device? Is there an audio device option? Is there a... I don't know. It's true. I tend to just be here. Let's see. Desktop audio devices default. Apply. Oh my god. Oh, I have desktop audio, Stuart, I think. I've got two of them. Right, say something, Stuart. So I have something that says...
Hey, something. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yep, there's a red bar. And keep talking.
I am talking. I am here. I am Captain Foley. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I hope nobody heard that song. Can you hear me now?
Yep, there's a red bar. You now exist, Stuart. Congratulations.
Oh, so they heard the song? Because that's awful.
Just raising the volume. So keep talking, Stuart. Keep singing, and I'll see if we can hear everyone.
Singing, talking, how is it? You can hear me now? That's good. That's good. Hello?
Just raising the volume.
Yes, can hear you now. People are saying, awesome. So Samuel fixed it. Singing, talking, yay. How is it? All right. Can you hear me now? That's good. So, hello.
So thanks, guys, for the patience there. It's because literally we had to install an old... We messed up with Skype because it updated. We had to install an old version of Skype, which has changed the game a little bit, and I had to do a new version of OBS thing. So it's literally everything basically started from scratch again. And as you know, I've done streams myself, and he's done streams himself, but we've never done one on my OBS. But now it works. And everyone that's now live doesn't even know there was problems, so we should stop talking about it, shouldn't we?
Probably.
Oh dear. And we've got 3 super chats if you want to call out the amazing fans that in our crapness. We got support! Oh my god, we love you guys.
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties on my end.
Oh my god, some more?
My screen is frozen right now, so I can't see shit. Hold on. It's clearing up now.
Guys, this is the best.
This is CBS's evil plan. They don't want us to talk about this, so they are actively quelling us. All right, Baz T, £2. Hi guys, you rock. Thank you, Baz. Not a banned account. $2 donation. Latinum for the station upkeep. Thank you. We need it. We need to update our equipment apparently. Some Cyrillic language. Vovacat 17. 40 rupees would be nice, but they're not rubies.
I love your vamping, Stuart. I always love your vamping. It's great. I'm posting the link everywhere, and it's just like I just hear you just talking. It's like yes. This is why I watch your unboxings and reviews, because you're interesting to listen to, Stuart.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, anyway, he goes on to say, "Hi, what's the reason for CBS's sewage? Pun intended." Oh, we got another $2 donation from Colin Swayze. Appreciate what you guys do. Been a fan for years. Well, thank you very much. All right,
well, Colin, while you say that, what's been your favorite episode? Because I always ask those that say for years, we have so many cool bits of content. What's your favorite episode? And you've heard me ask that lots of times. Well, it's like we've done 600, 700, 800 videos of varying. I mean, one guy said like a really recent podcast, and it's like all the things I've done. You'd love to podcast the most. To each their own.
Well, yeah. A lot of people don't realize that we're a web series necessarily. So when we ask them what their favorite thing is, we can catch them and be like, "Oh, I love when you talked about this." And it's like, "Well, really?" Anyway, come on, my computer is acting up. So you shared the post.
Guys,
shared the post,
fun,
I assume.
I'm showing everyone. It's fun, guys. See, this is. I feel like today's going to be quite a free and lively live.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we were late, because I felt so bad about that. I had everything like ready to go.
Yep.
I was like, jump on here, let's go. OBS worked last time, and then Skype had to update, and then it didn't work, and then the sound didn't work, and that's probably better not hearing from me, I guess. I don't know. But anyway.
I disagree. I think everyone should say in the comments, we love Stuart Foley, and everyone should give a $10 super chat. Is a show starting soon? This is a live show of all time. And 340 people watching. That is amazing.
That's awesome. So Thank you guys for showing up. All right, so we might as well get to the subject then.
Although, is it worth mentioning super chats just before we preamble?
Oh yeah.
Talk for a while.
I mean, if you guys want to pipe in with anything important on this, because a lot of people have input on this, feel free to super chat us so we can see it, because sometimes we miss them. Mm-hmm. But Colin Swayze, another $2 donation. I really enjoyed your top 10 videos. So yes,
people
so did
said that. Thank you.
But we are here today to talk about something kind of serious. CBS has been sued by an Egyptian game developer over a game called Tardigrades. Before we move on, though, HTH Studios, $5. Small increase to the Romulan ale budget. Thank you very much. I just got my clear Romulan ale here. Romulan vodka.
Yes.
All right, they want us to tell us what the fuck is happening. Somebody's swearing. That's not very nice. All right.
For it, Stuart.
So, basically, to break it down, in 2014, there was a game developed called Tardigrades that features a large blue tardigrade that can travel through space. And in this game, one of the researchers, who's blonde and looks exactly like Stamets, actually injects himself with tardigrade DNA so that he can use the same method of propulsion. Also, there is a lot of similarities between the crews of these ships. There's a African-American woman who looks exactly like Burnham, same kind of hairstyle and everything. It's just odd. And this all happened in 2014. It was available on Steam, so anybody could see it. And
Steam, not Stream.
Steam, sorry.
The video game platform. So that's
streaming.
The biggest video game platform in the world, where it was on Steam Greenlight, which is like before it's ready to go final pure release on that. So it was like a work in progress. Throughout, then it went live and everything, and people played it. Obviously, I have no idea how much it was played. I mean, there were literally, I think it's like 55, 60 games per day added to Steam of varying qualities, obviously. And so the chance of even if it was a great game, that you always find diamonds in the rough, but there's so many different games out there. So it's kind of tricky to so I don't know how many have actually played it, although as a concept, it sounds really interesting. Because I find the concept of what Discovery offers is intriguing. It's just in the Star Trek bubble, it doesn't quite work, nor the characters or the writing, but the concept is interesting, and certainly as in a separate sci-fi universe, I think it would work a lot better, like it did first.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a blue tardigrade, a blue large tardigrade flying through space, and a person that injects himself with DNA from it, that's just amazing. The similarities are too much. There's just too much going on. A lot of it was talked about too. The Egyptian references in it. Although they talk about the Klingons mummifying their dead and having sarcophagus, and even their breastplates looking very Egyptian. It's kind of a stretch a little bit because we know that in Star Trek IV there was a Klingon mummification glyph during Spock's retraining. So that was established early on that at least ancient Klingons mummified. So, but I mean, there's a lot of interesting things here. Before we move on, I just want to get to these super chats real quick. Vovacat17 donated again. I always fly airplanes in Trek t-shirts because passenger jets is the closest thing to Federation design in real life, interior and exterior. Back home tomorrow. We'll be safe.
Nice.
Kevin Brown, $10 donation. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. We will. Thank you. Mark Lawrence is here. Mark Lawrence is awesome. He's a good friend of the channel.
Commented just underneath. Mark, hey, we love you.
Yeah. $22. Wow. Hey, wow. Caught you again while at work. The similarities between the game and Discovery are quite numerous and hard to deny, and that's a fact. I mean, if you haven't seen, I forget what the guy that did the video I watched. I forget his name.
I'll find it. You keep talking.
Thank you. Anyway, I watched that and I was just blown away by the similarities. It's like a 6-minute long video, but it's worth a watch. And it's interesting because they did their announcement in 2015 about Discovery.
That's the video. But
they didn't really give any details as to what the plot was about right away. And if this game came out in 2014, it's almost like somebody copy and pasted the ideas from the game.
Well, it goes back to what I said about who knows how many people actually played it, because if there is, as I said, 50 games a day on Steam, and you know the big things get lots of attention, small things don't. If somebody at some point saw the idea and suggested it, and they just didn't mention it, I don't think an executive's going to say, well, I wonder if that idea exists. Let's look at every small Steam game. So it could easily go under the radar that way. But
that all it takes is one writer offering the idea, and then everybody kind of contributing to it. Nobody knew where he got the idea from, so it takes one person to plagiarize somebody else, and now the whole show is in hot water. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. I mean,
it asks the big question of, you've got the Brian Fuller. He was hired. He came in. He, as far as we understand, he had the base concept, and then obviously people write these episodes. And he got, he left. He got fired. All those jazz, and then scripts 4 onwards all got rewritten. Now Tardigrade doesn't appear. He doesn't appear in episode 3. I believe it's episode 4. I think Glenn's in episode 4. So.
Yeah. And that's something else I wanted to talk about. I mean, see, somebody, not a banned account, just asked, will CBS scapegoat Brian Fuller for copyright? Possibly, because Brian Fuller, this was his baby, his idea from the beginning.
But it was, though. It got radically altered from his baby.
I know, but the main idea of the tardigrade and stuff was included in his, right?
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know. I mean, some people say to 3D modelers, okay, you've got to build that now. So if you did say to a good modeler, right, build this tardigrade model, you've got literally, I mean, we don't know how long these things took to produce. So imagine if it was still 7 months from release, Brian Fuller gets axed. Okay, now you've got 7 months to rewrite episodes 4 to whatever. So you've still got 3 months till release the first episode. So if you need to invent a tardigrade, because it only appears in 2-3 episodes, maybe. So because we know that. Well, okay, I've heard from internals. Oh, sorry, you jump in.
I just got to jump in real quick. In that video that I watched, they didn't say this specifically in what they were saying in the audio, but if you watch it, they're showing pieces of the court document, and they actually said that even the name Ripper for the tardigrade was the same. And if that's the
That's
case, that's
scary. I didn't even know
now
that.
I could have misseen that, and they didn't actually say that, so I was kind of wondering whether that's an actual fact.
Was it in the 6 minute video? Because if so, I can scrub through and try and find
Yes,
it.
yes, it
Okay,
is. Just look for the wording; you'll see Ripper,
because that's
and it
scary if
looks
that's true. That's you cannot. I mean, there are literally 10 bazillion names.
yeah. And while you're looking for that, I just want to acknowledge Liam Hodgetts, a 10-pound donation. So
Oh,
thank
thank
you very
you.
much, much appreciated. So yeah, I mean, if this is true, CBS is in hot water. But that being said, I think they knew that maybe initially, and that's why the tardigrade went bye bye. He disappeared, and they're trying to. Season one's kind of its own entity. You
Yeah.
know, they're kind of starting fresh from season two. I think. How will that affect the show? I don't know.
Well,
As the video says, they kind of shotgun this lawsuit to
yeah.
include all the little things like
Yeah.
the Egyptian references and things, because you want the big ones to stick, but some of the small ones might stick as well. And so there's a lot of similarities that are worth looking into.
And let me read the quote, which I found. It's at 2 minutes 23 of the video. And this is point A. The infringing work centers around a lava-like creature, larger than the size of a person, with 8 appendages, very specific, shown in many scenes with a blue hue, very specific, and has the ability to navigate space travel. This creature was nicknamed Ripper and subsequently dubbed a giant space tardigrade. Now, obviously,
Okay.
the idea of a tardigrade is a thing.
Yes. Well, yeah, they exist. Yeah.
And so I'm just googling the concept of tardigrade, and if it has 8 legs, okay, straight away you can't use that. But I'm looking as 6 legs, so that's one subtle difference that. And it's not got a blue hue. None of the versions have a blue hue. So again, it could be coincidence, but again, having the nickname, the blue, and the 8, I mean, that is the unique pieces that make this tardigrade character Ripper from the game Tardigrade, the tardigrade character called Ripper from Tardigrade. Now, it is worth pointing out that from internal sources, I did hear, I think on the same call, that Brian Fuller originally had the tardigrade character as a crew member. So it was about that crew person could travel the spaceways, and it'd be an alien, and it would be all that stuff. But then when he got ousted, it became the tardigrade, and then that then got swapped out into be Stamets as part of the narrative. So then, if that was the case, then maybe the original plot for Fuller was that it was a tardigrade network, but this alien creature, which obviously had similar, variating, similar things, but obviously not a tardigrade. Was the baseline for the story, but then the lazy rewrite, boom, okay, it's Stamets now. Let's just use the tardigrade. And they don't realize, well, actually, no, that brings it close to the concept. And maybe that Brian Fuller didn't know about this game because, again, I feel like why would he? But whoever rewrote hastily saw this great game, was like, we're already half doing this. Who's going to care if we just quickly fill in the blanks? I mean, this has been around for a while now, this controversy. We didn't cover it then because we covered a lot of things and that wasn't our plate. What do you think when you first saw it? And I mean, I assume you haven't played the game because we're all quite busy.
I haven't. I didn't see it till I watched this video. I'd heard about the lawsuit.
Wow. Okay.
And I'd heard about the tardigrade thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. They stole it from a game, or the images.
Also, you instantly thought, no, they stole it. That's.
Well, when I first heard about it, I'm like, I didn't put much stock into it because this was only officially filed on August 19th as well. So this is really new as far as being officially filed. It's been rumored for a while.
Yep.
I didn't really think it was a thing. I didn't consider it to be anything. But once I watched that video, I was like, wow, the similarities are uncanny. Before we move on, I just want to acknowledge some people.
Amazing
Stuart
people.
Ford, $24.99. Thanks, you guys are the best source for ongoing Trek info.
Aw.
That's nice. Don't know how true that is, but okay. We try. And my computer's frozen again. Tim Theo, $10. CBS sued Axonar for copyright infringement, then immediately created Discovery, which may infringe on the copyrights of tardigrades. Perhaps this lawsuit is poetic justice. A lot of people have been saying that.
It's ironic,
and I kind of agree. I mean, if I want to see what the head guys at CBS are doing right now, they've got to be scrambling to acknowledge this. There's been no official word from them yet on this, but it's still fairly new. So,
Well, it makes you
yeah.
wonder. I mean, they've got a army of lawyers. And someone made a joke about a separate thing. They said the amount of the building for lawyers is bigger than the building for animation at CBS.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they just put money behind it, I'm sure they could quash it. But I mean, this
Well,
stuff goes to the courts, and if the argument is so strong, how can lawyers quash it without doing a settlement? I mean, lawyers are being paid to say, well, damn, guys, you have 75% of what you've got is the same slash arguably similar, and there's that's circumstantial and then identical stuff. And obviously they have scripts, internal documents that I'm sure date well after, plus the rewrites which date well after. You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen is it's going to be settled out of court. They're just CBS is going to throw a lot of money at this small developer and say, "Here you go, just be happy. Shut up."
Well, is it worth fighting it or just settling? Because like I mean,
It depends what the settlement offer is, right? And what the risks of winning are. I mean, they have a pretty good leg to stand on by the looks of it. So if they have a good lawyer, I don't know.
Well, someone said that
I'm talking about the developer winning it, not CBS.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that they have every right to, but
Yeah.
it's weird because someone said in one of the many comments somewhere they said, good, CBS should have to pay the developer loads of money and hurt Discovery season 2, which has obviously already been hit by quite a lot of financial problems. And while obviously it's quite a long way through production, although obviously the post is still in production, so if you're going to cheap out on anything, it'd be the post. It wouldn't be the actors' salaries because they've already paid them in their contracts, but they could cheap out on the CG quite easily. But
Yeah.
I don't want this to hurt the show because it's not. I mean, we know some people we know have been hurt by the show by being fired and being for stupid reasons and stuff. As the VFX team got fired and whatever. People who work on it, a lot of them are Trek fans. A lot of them are just people that follow the status quo.
And
But you don't
you
know
have
to
the
be hurt.
you have the video up, right? Can you
Yes.
tell us the name of the guy that did it?
Yes.
Sid.
I'll find it again.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Anyway, he made a point in that if this is true, and if it is proven to be true that CBS did plagiarize this, that they're going to lose a lot of support from Star Trek fans, because it goes against Gene's vision and just stealing content. I mean, so I don't know. The backlash could be pretty severe from this, like you were saying. So
Yes, it's Sid Alpha. On
Sid
the
Alpha
channel
there.
Sid Alpha. So do go watch it. It's a very nicely made video. But I mean, the problem with, as other people say, there's only like 10 stories you can tell. Obviously, the specifics of Tardigrade was not in those 10 stories. But
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Star Trek. I mean, motion picture is just them stealing Nomad. That's. I mean, it's theft of its own stuff, but it's whatever. Wrath of Khan is just a revenge story. Like each, there are only a certain amount of concepts you can do, and so. Like we said, if one person said, "Hey, what about this?" and then the idea sort of got everyone thinking and made it into a full story. I mean, should you blame the 15, 20, 30 people in the art department that did? The guy that built the tardigrade 3D model didn't know about the game. Why should you hate that person for it? But it's interesting that the show that is the most divisive among fans has Enterprise, for better or for worse, Enterprise. People were all Trek fans on it. They all tried really, really hard. They all wanted the best. They all tried to keep canon as much as possible, even in a new era of technology. And never any of these problems. And that team was super vanilla by the book since TNG, and then Discovery, its first season, this new reboot, boom, and JJ, the most plot hole filled, stupidly written first movie, the Aft Nacelle.
Well, that was the second movie, but yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's like, for some reason, these things just... Is it that modern Trek that isn't being made by the same Gene Roddenberry inspired and led? Because TNG was led. He handpicked the team, and those handpicked people handpicked the next set of people. Is it because it's not made by those guys that the laziness, the potential laziness, the things slip through the cracks more, and it's more about the money... I was all about money making, but
It's people that don't care or don't understand the franchise, I think. And I've got slack. I've got a lot of heat for that, saying that it's people that don't care working on the show. I'm sure there are people that really care about Star Trek. I know for a fact, John Eves, who does the designs, cares very much about Star Trek and tries to infuse Star Trek into it. But it's by committee, the design. Things get changed by these the head guys in the corporation, and it falls apart. So there are people that there's the wrong people in charge that don't care enough about Star Trek yeah.
Well, I mean, I always refer to Nicholas Meyer, who went against Gene's ideas. I'm just literally watching the commentary for Wrath of Khan. We're watching it today for dinner, and he was the right person to come in to make changes, and a lot of people didn't like it, but they respected the old, improved a lot of things, and pushed forward. But also at the time, some people might have hated that.
I just want to address something real quick. I saw a comment. Tardigrades are real creatures in nature, so you can't copyright them. That's true. They're microscopic. They can live in space. They can live. They're one of the toughest creatures around. But a large blue tardigrade that can travel through with 8 legs, that can travel through. That's where the sticky point is. We know that. Yeah, we know that tardigrades exist. I mean, that's just a fact. So that's not the issue. That's not what they're saying. It's just about the details of this game. Before we move on, I just want to address the last few super chats because I missed them. Nice. Perry Cagle, $2.
Thank you.
Data file on Defiant is one of his favorites, and the other fave is the Enterprise D videos. So
cool. Thank you.
MCAD, $10 Canadian. CBS CEO might be fired from this lawsuit, which is not a bad thing. We hate sci-fi. That's why we canceled Enterprise. And then Vovacat, 17 again, 100 rubles, whatever they are. I don't know. RUBs.
Yeah, it's a rupees. It's a $1.87.
There you go. What if Hawkins lied to us and these time travelers visited with his party? I mean, that's what I'd do if I wanted to avenge Axanar. Oh, interesting. Yeah. No, I don't know. Oh man.
It's just interesting. It's really interesting. I just want to jump on something briefly, and I'm trying to skim the comments a little bit. And in the last video, we did released yesterday, where we talked about the J.J. Abrams Star Trek Enterprise 17.1, comparing it size-wise to the new one, Discovery one, or at least the old numbers we had, because there's a new scale out there from Eaglemoss, which we'll have to deal with at some point. And it's amazing how in the comments I had one very long comment against us for being super pro Discovery, that we're helping to ruin the franchise, of being like really, really out there against us, that we're obviously shills, why aren't we defending the franchise? And then the next day one's saying this is why our channel's failing, people hate us because we're too negative, we obviously hate Discovery.
I saw a comment today too on Facebook when I shared the link for that, and it said this is I used to love Trekyards until they started talking about STD and Kelvinverse. Well, it's Star Trek. We need to cover it.
Always talk about Kelvin.
You don't have to watch those episodes. I'm just saying.
And it just amazes me that two people who, and most comments are very in the medium, but two actively thought the exact polar opposite, like the exact same video. That proves that it's all personal interpretation, because we mean what we mean. It's in the video, and they're adding, oh, they're shills, or oh, they're haters. Like, we're just calling out the good and talking about the bad. And it's your perspective. I mean, I'm so glad that we're quite similar perspectives, because it makes our collaboration much easier, much smoother.
Yeah.
But it's like we're just talking about what we see as we see it, and trying to be sort of fair. Like I said, I like the idea of a tardigrade. Oh dear, it didn't quite work. It's like, well, it is good and bad, pro and cons. It's just amazing that people can think both ways, even though we're only doing one video.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And that's interesting about the two different perspectives on the same video. It's clear that people don't actually watch the whole video. They only see the title a lot of times and comment. I've seen that before. Or they listen to half of it, or they just don't really pay attention to what the hell we're saying and already have their mind made up and are typing the comment as we're talking. It's just it gets a little discouraging at times. And yesterday I was very discouraged with Trekyards. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore. But here we are. I mean, it's a thing. Yeah.
I just had to bring that up because that just confused me last time. Because I was upset about one comment, and I got the other comment. I'm like, oh, we're both apparently. So they're both wrong because they're both the opposite. It's just anyway.
But,
Yeah.
but getting back to the lawsuit thing, yeah, the similarities with the characters are pretty interesting. There's a Stamets character that looks very similar, who is a
What, yeah,
astro
what,
astro
mycologist.
mycologist. Yeah,
And you say being similar, but that is the most absurd thing because they hired the actors. They didn't hire an actor that looked like a game character. That's conspiracy level. You know what I
that
mean?
is it is, but it's just that's not the only one though. Then there's
I
the Michael Burnham character, or the I forget her name, and there's the Hugh character, which looks very similar as well,
yeah, but
and then there's even a
how?
Tilly character.
There is
I
a
don't,
Teddy character. And if there's one, that's fine. But when there's the primary four, I mean, there's no mirror universe. We can assume storyline. If there was, that'd be great. But
yeah.
it's like, I mean, you can't. They can't have hired them specifically.
Yeah.
Unless literally the person said this game is really bloody amazing, we're gonna copy the formula. But also we know that Michael Burnham was hired for for benefit of different race, different gender. Like she was hired for a very specific social
Yeah.
cohesion reason. Like there's no specific reason for her to
But
be that race, that age, that
it's
whatever.
almost like somebody played the game and went, "Oh, well, I'm going to write this script right here, and oh, look who's on screen. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make
Yeah,
her look exactly the same."
well, there's yeah. Well, I mean,
But
there's only certain amount of art detail, so I wouldn't say. I mean, I'm looking at the video. I mean, Burnham, she's got a thinner face. The hair's different. I mean, the hair's different color. The lips are different. I mean, then they don't look the same. Just the fact that whatever does make a difference. And Stamets, he's got big sideburns. He's obviously thicker, built, not the same. But they got the Hugh character. I mean, they're all. The Tilly's the most interesting one because even the hair's very similar. It's ginger,
yeah, yeah.
which is. But I
Oh, we got
just.
another super chat. Just Sir Bikes a Lot Day, $2.
Thank you.
Could we see a full Axinar if they lose the suit? No, that's already been dealt with. So
The law is once it's made, it's made.
yeah, Vovacat 17, another 100 things. Guys, you should do a Fleet Yards on Stargate Atlantis puddle jumper ship. Haha, because that's what a purpose-built design looks like. It fits in a gate. Well,
It's a ship.
Samuel.
It flies through the gate.
Yeah.
It's the gate ship.
Samuel likes that ship too.
I love that ship. And it's 2 different 3D models. Well, there's actually 4 different 3D models used of it throughout the show. I should know.
Stuart, enough talking. Hit the video. I don't know what that means. Hit what video?
And I'll just remind you, so the video that we referred to is called CBS and Netflix Super Copyright Infringement. Here's the name again.
Yes.
And it's funny because someone just mentioned Eagle Moss. Yeah, Eagle Moss have made a full tardigrade figurine, which is a subscriber gift. So now they're sort of very committed to selling these giving out these tardigrade models. And so if CBS is being sued and they have to say, oh dear, that's a problem, and it's a lot of stock and an issue if Eagle Moss have to take it back. But again, this is a very small, I think, single man development team against CBS, one of the biggest 5 production companies in the world. I mean, he can't win, but he can win because they won't let him get to the point. Even Axel was settled out of court because they didn't want, one of the many reasons. It's a very diverse case, but if somehow the court had said it is free, fair use and set a precedent, then all of properties across the board will be affected. So they could not let that happen. So it was not worth letting it get to court because it's if jury decides. I mean, that's those people decide. So yeah.
Indeed. Oh, we just got Jack Tarbuck, £5. Doing a great job, guys. Forget the haters. Live long and prosper. Well, thank you. Yes, we do get a lot of haters. A lot of people saying just shut up and we don't care about your opinions, but you do because you're watching. If you don't watch. And I like we like to say, we do point out the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's just one of the things we do, and we talk about it. We come up with new theories. We create new discussion points, new conversation in the Trek community. And I saw one of the. I forget who said it, but one of the comments was, "You guys single-handedly rekindled my love for Star Trek." Like we hear that a lot too.
Yeah,
and that means a lot. That really does, because I didn't think we would have this kind of impact. So, but
very reassuring. But it's I mean, I kind of want to play the game now, the tardigrade game.
Yeah.
but I don't have time because I'm busy making the Trekyards show.
I know, right?
You know,
It's almost like the lawsuit was a way to boost the popularity of the game. Dun, dun, dun.
we just got the most lovely comment. Matt Deckard, the
Mhm.
famous, you are gems.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. But the comment next to it, Michael Madden, crowdfund a CBS boycott or buyout. Oh yeah, a lot of Trekkies and nerds and make money. See, okay, now let's talk about Les Moonves for a second, because the single guy that cancelled Enterprise, because the ratings weren't bad. Like if you look at a lot of modern shows, they're worse. Some shows that go along more seasons, and that season was obviously the best season they did. What?
Samuel, are you able to talk for like a minute? I want to go upstairs and get something because I want to do a giveaway in this episode.
Oh my god!
And I left it upstairs.
Stuart, yes. I can vamp, and people won't know for another minute until you go, but for me, I know. Bye, Stuart.
Right.
Bye. So now it's the Samuel Cockins. Now I'm going to talk. Hello. What do you want me to talk about for the next minute in radio, Sam? Hello. I don't know. I've got a lot of Eaglemoss ships. I should. See, I wanted to do this the other time. Just pull out a random Eaglemoss box and just say, "Hey, let's talk about this ship." I'm gonna put out a random Eaglemoss box. I'm gonna put. Oh, nice! I got the Andrew. That's a really good pick. I got the Andrew Probert Ambassador C thing. Yeah, look at that model. Look at that resolution. Yeah. Who loves this? Who loves this ship? I love how Stuart goes over for 2 minutes. I'm straight away onto the ships. Can you tell I'm a ship lover? Can you tell I just love the ships? See, it's interesting how sorcery it is. Like it's weirdly long slightly. It's not quite proportioned right, but some beautiful angles. I mean, look at that. It's just a beautiful bit of design and a beautiful collaboration with Tobias Richter and Not. Oh, some more super chats. Oh, beautiful.
I have returned.
Hello, Stuart. Can you?
I will read the super chats.
Well, hold on. Can you guess what I was doing while you left?
Showing off Eaglemoss ships.
Yes, I just grabbed one. I know you saw it on the stream probably, but yeah, I was saying I got ships as soon as you left. So I went back to the stuff we love, because the reason why we love ships, because we love ships. Yes, lots of super chats while I was talking.
So we got
rubles,
another
not rupees. Sorry.
From VuvaCat17. What if many TV shows and media concepts are stolen this way, but no one notices because too much minor games on stream or B movies to notice? Well, it's true. You recycle the same plots and ideas, but I would change the tardigrade to something else, maybe, or make it a different color. Or
well, the problem is if they're trying to replicate a real thing, you want to look like the tardigrade. And the tardigrade, I think the one picture that's out there is also slightly an artist's interpretation. I think, given that it's a very, very small thing to take a picture of. I'm not quite sure.
They show up in the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Oh,
There's a whole tardigrade field. Yeah, you gotta be careful of those tardigrades. They're dangerous.
Does it look like a Discovery tardigrade?
Yeah, they're exactly the same. They're tardigrades. Oh, these are like pinky, fleshy color.
Well, so that's interesting. So you couldn't go that far out if they're meant to be this core thing to the universe. So that's the problem when you do real science, quote unquote real science. It's like it's got to look a bit like the real science.
So Price, the Avocado King, $2. Have you compared NX-01 and Discovery Enterprise?
No.
Not directly, no, but we have included the NX-01 in the size charts. So we kind of talked about the similarities between hull plating and stuff. We've mentioned that a few times.
Yes, because, do you guys keep wanting us to keep doing more and more Discovery Enterprise? I mean, we thought we sort of, not necessarily overdid it, but we don't want to just do too many.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to overdo it. I mean,
it is the same sort of video again and again with us saying it's a nice ship, doesn't quite fit. Nice ship though. Let's hope it gets tweaked. Similar stuff.
Yeah. Rolocat 102 euros. Dislike STD. Love Trekyards. Well, thank you. Jill Wright, $2. I watch for your opinions. Trekyards is fun. Thank you, Jill. That's awesome.
We do.
That's what we hope for.
Try hard.
That's right. Not a band account. $2. Will CBS do a Last Jedi on old Picard's return? They might. They might screw it up. Well, according to some people. But we're hoping for the best. Hey guys, you guys want to see what I'm doing for a giveaway?
I do.
Is anyone excited? Well, first of all, I want to say a few things.
What's that?
Rossianti from the Expanse.
Is that
Ship we keep getting asked to do.
Yeah.
This is a Loot Crate exclusive. I'm going to be giving this away in this super chat.
Is that a miniature?
It's a nice little miniature ship. I'm going to assemble it in a minute, and you can see it. And also, stay tuned to the Captain Foley reviews on Fridays, because I'm going to be doing this as well. The Serenity from Firefly. This is the QMX one. It's a nice little model, so I'll be reviewing this as well.
You know, Stuart, I did something bad.
What'd you do?
I spent some money.
That's not bad.
No, I sort of accidentally bought that exact Firefly miniature.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I eBayed
Cool.
it because I saw it and I was like, oh my god, finally another one. And so I bought
Well,
it.
I got it for free. Well, not for free. It was in one of my Loot Crates.
Well, yeah. So I got mine like double the price, but I would also, I mean, maybe we could do a review together on that. Maybe do a weird live stream, because we don't often have the exact same miniature.
We're getting some more super chats.
Oh my god, so much support.
Tim Theo, $5. Disco was supposed to be 25% different than Star Trek canon, not 25% different from tardigrades. If CBS loses the lawsuit, is Star Trek Discovery no longer canon? That's a good question. But a lot of people are probably hoping that, yes.
And just to reiterate, guys, the 25% thing, it was not a rumor. It was not something that got debunked. The clean version is the production team told the designers for it to be 25% different. It was not a legal reason, though. It was a creative reason. So that makes it worse, in my opinion, because they chose to change the icon that shouldn't be changed, rather than they had to change it because legal. So it's right, but it being legal was the assumption, not the fact. So yes, it was 25% different. No, it wasn't legal, but that makes it worse, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh god, wait, hold on. This is going to scare you, Stuart. A comment right under that super chat. Rastmir, I watch for the nudity. Trekyards is fun. I'll Stuart, no, why?
Sorry. Admiral73, €5. Keep the faith. You're the why. Your reason I still have a passion for Trek. Thank you.
Thank you.
Volvocat17 again. Maybe some CBS guy is a trader and gets a share. Well, there you go.
That's ballsy.
That English gent, which I thought was Samuel, just donated £10. I've just noticed behind Commander Calkins on the wall of ships, you have an Ares class beneath the Sovereign and above the Excelsior. Does that mean you consider a fan-made ship as canon? No, that means what we're Trekyards, and we cover all ships because we love ship design and we love Star Trek ships.
And also, this background's from 2015, so it's in 2015. No, we've also got the Titan. We've got the all the renegade ships. Although, as I've said in my last super chat, Stuart, that I would love to do a remaster of this at some point.
Yes,
but I
told you to.
I know, but it would take over a day to do it, and so I need to earn some money from that. So at one point, I want to do like a super chat goal. Like, if
we're doing good in the super chat here. We got one from Michael Madden, $20. I'd love to sponsor an episode.
Oh, you can do that, Stuart. Tell them how.
You can do that by emailing us at trekyards@hotmail.com. I'm afraid to say it because every time I say Hotmail, people are like, Hotmail.
Stuart, Hotmail. What the hell?
Well, it's just what we had and made at the time, so it's fine. Again, it still works.
We started in 2014, guys.
Trekyards@hotmail.com. Just email us. We'll let you know what to do.
Several packages available for different sorts of shows. Very easy, very fun, and we love sponsorship because it makes the world go round.
I'm going to get around to assembling this in a second so you guys can see it. But
shall I vamp for a bit while you do that?
Oh, hold on. No, I just want to address these super chats, and then I'll start doing it, and you can address the super chats.
Beautiful.
Adam Boots, £2. What about an episode on kit bashing in Trek? We should do that because that'd be actually very interesting.
Yeah.
We kind of talk about it when we talk about fastest ships and stuff. It's always kind of mentioned during our Trekyards originals too. We talk about how if it looks very kit bashed, or if it doesn't, or whatever. So, and Gareth Fairclough, £10.
He's always here, isn't he?
Yeah, CBS is being sued. Oh my! I just got here. How much have I missed? You missed a lot. But now, as Samuel talks, because he tends to talk forever, and I got to cut him off, I'm going to be building this nice Expanse ship.
That's cool.
And this is the same one I'm giving away, so I'll build it and then break it and then put it back in the box, and you can have it.
Yes, Gareth. Yes, you are. Gary Kyle, you guys, my favourite #1 YouTube channel. Well, thank you. That is amazing. No, I mean, we try. You know, we started this channel. You know, we've sort of come a long way. I think we started with we love ships. Let's do a show about ships. And then very quickly we evolved that into, let's get the designers of so that was not our original concept. How could it be? We didn't know them. Within about 6-7 months, we had an amazing lineup. We did a fundraiser to improve the production value of the show, which really helped. And then we just tried to do more and better content, which was just experience-based, because Stuart got better at writing scripts. I got better at doing CG. I was always good at editing, because that's where I came from professionally. Oh, that's pretty good detail, actually. Wow.
My camera would focus, yeah. Focus.
Huh. Yeah, might as well. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Got
that's.
the little flames shooting at the
Oh,
back.
I dig that. Yeah.
So a lot of people have been asking for Expanse ships. I haven't watched a full episode, but
You know what
this
we
is pretty
should do,
cool.
Stuart? Because we like this
Should we?
format. Maybe we should do like watching the Expanse week on week, and we do a super chat and do like
I
a
thought
live.
about that.
Yeah, because that'd be cool. Then you get to experience it with us.
Oh, dude, we just got Christopher Blower, $50 donation.
Oh my god.
Do you think someone from Fuller's team leaked information that the game company utilized by beating CBS to the punch with a pixelating? You never know. I mean, that would make sense.
Now, no,
yeah.
wait, hold on. I didn't understand it. Which way is he saying?
That one of Brian Fuller's team made the game.
Oh. Well, no,
I don't know.
he's Egyptian, so no.
You never know. Anyway,
but-
here's the ship assembled.
Oh,
I haven't
look at
pushed.
that.
I haven't clicked the diorama base in yet because I don't want to break
Lock
it.
yeah.
And I want somebody to win this. So we're going to come up with
pretty cool.
We're going to come up with an idea at some point as to how you guys can win this, and we have a giveaway for this live. So thank you for tuning in. And somebody could win this if you're a fan of the Expanse. There you go.
Yeah. That is legit very cool.
And then I'm going to start watching the Expanse and really love it and love the ship and go like, why did I give that away?
Well, a big part of why I haven't watched The Expanse. I know Daniel Orrick from Space Dock is always on about it, and we love Daniel to bits. But you know, there are very, very few, when you really think about it, great sci-fi epics, and I've watched them all. Babylon 5 was one of my last ones, and The Expanse is the last one. You know, I've seen Firefly, Battlestar, Stargate, Star Trek, Farscape, Babylon 5. I mean, those are all the big ones. Expanse is probably the last big one, and once that's done, unless they make it forever, like, I'm gonna run out of these epic shows. But hey, Stu, maybe we should do like a weekly Expanse watch, and then do a live and talk about it, because that'd be kind of fun. Because you guys seem to really enjoy our episode reviews, but real first impression. And to be fair, then you'll see, you'll see just with Discovery, we'll call out the good and the bad, and you'll be like, wow, they're fair on that as well.
Well, see, that's a show. That's every week. What we should do is maybe do a movie. I know a lot of people want you to see Spaceballs, and you haven't seen Spaceballs yet. So we should just do like a 2-hour watch of the movie. I actually thought about that like last 3 or 4 nights ago on the couch. I was thinking that'd be like a good live, watching Spaceballs with Samuel.
Yeah. And I know that the Blu-rays are coming out very, very soon. I absolutely want to do a Discovery rewatch where we do a live Q&A after and discuss it, because hey, now we know where they were going, and even if they rewrote on the fly, we know the direction, so we can see how it all flows. And honestly, hindsight and time does improve. Not so much 2009, but because I actually thought it was worse when I watched it with you after 7 years.
Yeah, way back tech, $2. Lawsuit is Karma's payback for Axonar. Oh, yeah, could be. It's funny to say the least. Anyway,
It is.
Carlos Gallardo, $5. Deep Space Nine did copy Babylon 5. Joe Skadinsky went to Paramount to get his show on, but soon after Deep Space Nine was created with many similarities. That's actually very interesting and very, very true.
I mean, I actually forgot about that. But this is not unprecedented. I mean, what do you think? I mean, we know that like Rick Sternbach didn't know that was a thing when, you know, he didn't actively. Oh no, we copied. I'm fine with that. Ha! We're stealing Babylon 5. You know that. But how do you feel? This is not unprecedented. Babylon, you know, DS9 stole entire show concept. And that's surely far worse. I mean, let's talk about that for a minute, Stuart. Should don't remember what network it was. Should they? And they did try and sue a little bit later. What do you think, Stuart? Is it not worse?
But they did it better.
Oh,
Babylon.
No.
Babylon 5 is good. It's very good. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
How far did you get into Babylon 5 at the end?
I'm like halfway through season 3 now.
Oh, okay,
I'm
that's
still,
yeah, okay.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like we've said, there's so many show ideas. I actually watched a video on YouTube a few nights ago talking about how different TV shows stole different movies ideas, or movies stole, an episode of The Twilight Zone and revamped it and stuff like that. Yes and no. I mean, I've had a lot of ideas where like I'm like, oh yeah, that'd make an awesome show, and then I see the show and it's like, well, somebody else had the same thought process.
Oh, do you have an
Not exactly the
example?
same.
'Cause I'd love to
No,
hear. Okay.
no.
This is
I
why
can't think of anything offhand, but
this is why I don't mention. I have one original sci-fi idea, one concept that I don't want to put out there anywhere, because if it gets nicked, I'll be quite sad. Because it's one original idea I have, and I even wrote a 22 episode storyline with a 4-ish season arc. Like I know where season 4 gets to, just don't know how we get there. Like I know the
nice,
big payoff.
nice.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point I could totally sketch some stuff and have my 3D team build that. I could do some like, hey look, it's
Yeah, that's Carwin Morris just said it.
Ooh.
Balance of Terror ripped off The Enemy Below. There was a World War II sub movie called The Enemy Below, and basically beat for beat, Balance of Terror is that same movie. So I mean,
What,
and that was included in the video I watched.
Device?
Well, yeah, stealth running.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's tricky.
Lore Actual, $10. I know you probably get asked this a lot, but do you plan on taking a look at the Babylon 5 Shadow Vessel? Love the channel and hearing your opinions on the ships from other sci-fi shows. Yes, we have so many requests for people, from people. Speaking of, Matt Deckard's like $2.99 Cleave ship. Seriously. The Cleave ship is on my desktop right now.
Ooh.
In a folder.
Cool.
For a mission briefing. He wants us to look at the ship.
Well, it's funny because a lot of the time we're trying to sort of re-tangent towards canon ships a little bit more, just to feel like a spread of those, with mission briefings and stuff. But it's amazing how every ship is so dependent on if people like it or not. Like we had a really great episode on the Klingon attack vessel from Enterprise. You've never seen renders like this before, and well, Eagle Moss, but like most people don't have the Eagle Moss miniature. Like it really cool, first time ever, scale stuff, all that stuff. But it got really low numbers, even though it's original renders. You know, of a cool ship. Each ship is dependent, so we would hope that ships like the Cleaver ship and Babylon 5 ship might do well, but sometimes we still need to earn the money each week, and it's quite tricky right now.
Yeah.
These super chats make a massive difference. You have no idea how important these super chats are right now, and this one's been superb so far. It's really energizing, actually.
Yes.
But the Shadow Vessel specifically, I've got it, but it's a funny one because it's just black. So not that much to dissect per se.
Especially against the black background.
Yeah.
For this mission briefing, we're looking at this. All right. Well, that's very nice.
Yeah.
We'd figure it out. We'd do it.
Yeah, but it's I don't like you know what I mean. I wouldn't want to do like a 6-minute mission briefing. It would feel kind of like, well, that's not as worth doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are we adding to the conversation beyond the new renders? So it's like, yes, and Cleaver ship.
People say that. Yeah, people say that about some of our other mission briefings. Like, what did you add? You don't even know what the ship is about.
Well,
you haven't watched the show.
Though. That's different. That's a first look review show. I think they're really interesting. Personally.
I know. Too. Valentine Voss, £2.29.
Thank you.
Or no, not €2. €2. Will you support CBS Trek shows in the future? Absolutely, we will. I want to see Trek. I want to see Trek on TV.
Well, no, that is interesting because that was what people were saying as well. Like, oh, I'm going to boycott. Although, boy, you hear that a lot and all the times. I mean,
yeah.
Does CBS making a mistake, but not even CBS, maybe a person in charge of a thing, or lower end, you know, think how many jobs each show is. Think how many creative people. Think how many cool things. Like, for whatever Discovery is, we've got the Shinjo. That's awesome. We've got the rifles. They're pretty cool. Phasers are pretty cool. You know, there's many cool things. And again, we do not have the luxury of saying, no, it's rubbish, we're not going to watch it. We're an online, content site that reviews things and looks at things, analyzes and goes deep. So we have to watch everything. because it's content and you guys want to know our opinions. Even if it's only 4,000 people want to know our opinions, boy, do they ask. And they don't shut up. And that's great.
You guys need to watch my face because I'm reading the comments on the regular thing. And Matt Deckard, yes. I gotta chuckle at what you just put. But anyway, he asked if we glazed over the Cleve ship. Nick Griffin's £1.99. He said for the Expanse. So I guess he's fucking to get this thing. But I don't know what we're doing yet for this. We don't know what we're doing for the giveaway. But Sir Bikes a Lot Day, $5. If CBS didn't sue Axonar, would there be a suit against CBS? Will you also do a ship from Space Dock's new sci-fi series in the future?
That's interesting. I hadn't considered that. The Sojin. Sure. I mean, no one watch our content because no one knows what it is. But that's not the point. It'd be kind of cool, especially if they have 3D models and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody sponsors the episode, maybe. Then we don't have to worry about the view thing. I don't know. But, yeah. So, if CBS didn't sue Axonar, would there be a suit against CBS? Probably. I mean, if they use the same idea... It's interesting. There's a lot of hurt feelings about that lawsuit, the Axonar thing, on both sides of on both camps. And yeah, a lot of people are very anti-CBS because of it, and there's in the other camp the very anti-Axonar people. So I mean, it caused a lot of hurt feelings, and yeah, it might not have been so prevalent or noticed if that hadn't happened first. You know what I mean? So. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we got to figure out something to give this away because I want to give this Expanse ship away. I can't hear you, Samuel. Did you disappear?
I'm resharing, so we've been going for about an hour.
Oh, one thing I want to do is share the link for the new Trekyards shirts, which are these. A lot of people have been asking for the Trekyards pinup shirt. You can now own one, guys. I'll put a link in the chat window here. If my computer will work. There it is. Link, go order your Trekyards pinup shirt. And there's more pinups on the way. We've got an artist working to do a few of them, and he's got a few done already, so.
Yeah, I was surprised when you sent me those work in progresses. I was like, oh.
He's got two more done. Since then, I haven't sent you yet.
I do love a surprise, as you know.
No, I'm kind of saving it up.
Okay.
Colin Swayze, $2. How much to sponsor an episode or request a ship?
Best just email us and find out, because that varies depending on what you want. And
yeah.
Like if you want extra renders, all the things. It's like a varied thing, because we make it work for what you can do. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Nothing for the ladies. Well, not yet. We'll work on that.
Oh.
I think the shirt with myself and Samuel, which we haven't done yet, that can be for the ladies. Not that neither one of us is very attractive to the ladies, but you know.
Yeah, I'm more to the men apparently.
Right, and I'm just not attractive to anybody apparently because nobody says anything. But anyway, Gareth Fairclough.
Maybe you're more attracted to the aliens out there. So those that tune in.
£5. Yes, thank you, Samuel. Really helped myself.
You're welcome.
Ooh, pinups. Stu. Don't call me Stu. Only a few people can call me Stu, but that's okay. Stu, when are you going on one then? On one of the pinups? Ew. Ugh. An Admiral Foley pinup where I'm wearing like a Speedo, smuggling some grapes.
Well, I think if you're going to do that, you might as well go full mankini and have it be Command Gold.
No!
Command Gold with a rank insignia like near the lower bit, and then the Delta like.
I'm just gonna
shoulder.
No, I'm just gonna end this conversation. Nope.
Please don't do a fan drawing of that because that will scar everyone forever.
Christopher Beatty, $5. That T-shirt was a good motivation to send a super chat.
Thank you.
Well, you can pick the shirt up. Just click the link. It's in the description there. I'll put it back. Not the description. Ugh. It's in the chat. I'm putting it again. So if you guys want to go check out the shirts, you can. We've got 4 different colors available, and they look fantastic. Mwah.
And it is amazing though, all these super chats. You know, like I said, we've done this channel for ages, and we've sort of lived off whatever we could, but done other things. and I couldn't afford to even pay rent for a long time because and then we got to the point where we could, and then we had Discovery, other things that really helped our income because a lot of views, a lot of content. And then the middle of this year, it absolutely just took a dive bomb. We had some really, really difficult months that we kept going despite financial troubles because we don't want to give up because that would be a huge loss to us. And we think people, if they didn't see Trekyards content, new things, I think people would be sad. People are so used to weekly content. No other podcasts, no other web shows do this much content, this regular, this high standard in different ways. And so in point on Super Chats by our good friend Law Reloaded, I mean, it made such a huge difference, and we earned, enough money within 1 month to not only, stop us from sinking, but keep us afloat. And so this amount of Super Chats today has really been absolutely, revitalizing, because you have no idea how much a $5 is of what we get per episode. You have no idea how much of that it is. So if 6 of you give, 7 of you, 8 of you give, it's like, boom, you just, given us an extra day of income. And
plus, our Patreon's really gone up since we started doing live chats as well. So
yeah, it's amazing.
Click the Patreon link if you can help us on a monthly basis.
Because we want to do more stuff, and we're really enjoying this medium, talking to you directly, getting support directly, and like I say, what we'd love to do, honestly, is earn money from this. Patreon is our primary sources, and then do the content that you want to see. Not stuff that's going to get mass media views necessarily, because that we've had to, I think people do want high quality but less content, rather than lots of lower quality content. But if the if you still can't get views with the high quality content, then you can't keep the channel going. So these sorts of super chats are so effective. So even at $5, it doesn't make a massive difference. So thank you seriously to every person in this chat. It's really, really incredible.
Speaking of,
I do more.
Ron Phillips just sent $2.
Nice.
Trek owned by CBS or Disney? What's worse? I would say CBS.
Oh,
I would love to see Star Trek owned by Disney, and the only reason I say that is because CBS doesn't know how to produce product, doesn't know how to produce merchandise. They have so many gold mines sitting there that I would buy the crap out of, and Samuel is cringing.
Stuart, you have many things already. You have every enterprise. You have 7 to 12 versions of the Connor. You don't need the yellow ducky as an enterprise. You don't need a toilet lid. Officially licensed Star Trek.
Maybe I do. You don't know. You don't know.
See,
I love all the merchandising that Disney does. I think it's fantastic. Some of it's kind of sellout-ish, but I understand that. But CBS has they're sitting on gold mines. Like you see these companies over in China that are selling the sweatshirts or the jackets that look like Starfleet uniforms, and they're cheap looking when you get them. CBS, invest in this, and I will buy the shit out of those. I will buy like every one of them.
Yeah.
Hush, no more Disney. Another £5 donation from Garrett.
I mean, seeing what Disney's done to Last Jedi,
I'm just,
I mean, I'm not going to judge anything until I see it. We judge the trailer on the trailer content, but not the show itself. That's not fair. We gave predictions. But did you see the trailer for the new Star Wars Resistance? The new show. What do you think?
I didn't watch Rebels and I didn't watch Clone Wars, so I don't watch this. But I mean, from what I saw, it looks interesting. I'm not a fan of the animation style, personally, but yeah. I mean, it's hopeful, I guess.
Yeah, I watched Clone Wars, and it's a show that starts super childish because the movie's really basic, but it gets more and more adult the longer it goes, as they, I guess, had an audience, and I guess the audience gets older as well, and by the end it got really good. And Rebels, same thing. It started a bit vanilla, but it had some really intricate little stories. It had some really boring filler, but had some really intricate stuff, and it was very clever with canon, which is what shows should be. And Resistance, for me, looked so boring. Because you can have a car. I can't remember what film it was, but there was an action movie like 2 years ago that had an action sequence or a car chase, and I said, boy, that was boring. Well, you can have a boring, high-octane action sequence just by the way it's filmed, just by its cinematography, like, you know what I mean? And even though it was this chasing, zoomy thing, it didn't quite represent the entire show, but it didn't look very interesting to me as a fan of Star Wars. Not the biggest fan. I think Star Trek is a better franchise, or at least it used to be a better franchise. But Disney, they Disney-fy things and that's a problem because Disney has built a brand on a very specific thing, you know. And you know, if Disney is a lot of the reasons for Last Jedi, then I would rather it not be Disney. It's not. It can't be really because I mean, Brian Johnson was in charge, but still.
Anyway, Christopher Beatty, $5. Yes, but think of Princess Janeway.
Oh,
Well, you know
funny.
You know what? I gotta say, honestly, in all honesty, the first episode of Voyager, where her hair was all disheveled and she, that was kind of sexy. That's the only time I found Janeway sexy, when her hair was all like disheveled. But anyway, I can see a Princess Janeway. Gareth Fairclough, £2, bribery. Yeah. Well, I don't know what that's referring to specifically, but Time Sword. Time Sword, $10. I've been watching Trekyards for some time, but never participated. Thank you guys for all the Trek information. Well, thank you. And by all means, come to the live chats because we love engaging with you guys. I don't know if Samuel's still there now.
Yeah, I'm
I hate when there's just silence.
Yeah.
And my computer's frozen, so I can't scroll. There we go. Number one special, $2. Only 2 times. I will pay more for larger. Oh, only 2XL for the shirts. I will pay more for larger. Yeah, we've got to find a company that does bigger sizes. They only go up to 2XL for this one, so apologize for that. Panels and Borders, $5 Canadian. Commander, have you thought of developing your original sci-fi idea as a comic book?
See, this is the thing, though. If I was to do anything with it, then CBS could steal it. That's the whole. That's the whole topic of today. It's like once you release it, people can steal it, and I mean.
We've thrown out so many great ideas for how they can fix Discovery that even if one of them, they could have stole that.
Yeah, but that's just good storytelling. No, seriously, I hold that back because I don't want it to be. I want it to be my idea. There's only a few good ideas. I've developed a few projects in. When I was at university, we had lots of assignments, and we always had to do something. Like I remember there was one that had a great punchline but no great setup, and it was like, oh, it's good for that payoff, but I knew I couldn't do anything with it. This one actually has interesting longevity, conceptually. Although actually, you've got me thinking. I've always had an idea for the space station. It's really boring. I don't know why I'm thinking of it. Like I love designing sometimes. Like sometimes it's right, even if it doesn't look aesthetically good. I've done quite a lot of designs for fan films now, and I want to show you some more at some point, Stuart, because I've done one really recently. It's like, oh my god, that was random. But I'm getting better at sketching and like focusing my idea. And you know what, guys? Challenge for you, Stuart. Challenge for you. I want to see a Stuart Foley designed TOS fleet. Like, ignore the FASA, ignore everything else. Like from scratch, obviously using the components, but design not a dreadnought, not your cool alteration. Like, okay, I said to you, Stuart, do a light cruiser with a specialist science package. I'd love to see a Stuart Foley designed.
Is that a challenge? Like, are you throwing that out?
Stuart, yeah. Because I've done a few things in these fan films that I could like just. Sure. No, not right. Wow. Okay. Right.
Ironically, I have a pad of paper and a pencil.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, seriously, you guys, who would want to see that? Because I would love to see. Because Stuart understands TOS, and I think you've also, obviously, you are more TOS driven than any of the other sides. So you'd rather.
Apparently, all I love is TOS and nothing else.
Yeah, that I hate as well.
That's what the comments say.
Given that DS9 is your favorite show and the Reef is your favorite ship, so yeah, no. But again, when you're making a show that's meant to be next to TOS and it doesn't write TOS, it's obviously going to compare it to TOS. It's like when they do the show that's post-Voyager. Luckily, it's 20 years, which is quite a long time in the progressive future. You can change it quite a lot, but, if it looked nothing like the show, you'd be like, well, okay, they just changed design a lot in the last 20 years. I'll read some super chats while he's scribbling, because I really want to see what he's done. Oh, there's only one. Ron Phillips. My God, Bones. What have I done? I don't know what it was about, so I can't say.
Disney owning CBS, or Disney owning CBS, no, Disney owning Star Trek.
Oh,
that's what I think he's talking about.
Oh, someone, Barry, if you draw it, I will build it for you, Stuart. There you go. Boom, boom, TOS.
Yeah, Barry did an awesome job on the Foley class. Speaking of, hold on,
Oh,
the model kits. Model kits have been shipped to me for the Foley class, so I'll be getting those soon. However, UGG Models has been hit with a cease and desist from CBS, which they're fighting because Amarillo Design Bureau, that takes care of Starfleet battles, notified CBS that some of their designs were possibly being made by UGG Models, which they weren't. So CBS cease and desisted them, so they can't use anything that says Star Trek, Klingon, whatever. But they can still use original designs.
right.
So they started going ahead with that. So everything that was officially Star Trek canon was taken off their site, which is fine. Then they got hit with another cease and desist saying that, and CBS is saying that all things that look anything like Star Trek ships are now their property, even fan designs. So the UGG Models guys are fighting that because that's bullshit. A fan has the right to design as whatever. Anyway.
That's a bit weird.
So I don't know if there's going to be a delay on the models. I hope not, but I should be getting my version soon, so I can show you guys at least. And yeah, so give your support to UGG Models. It's UGH Models on Facebook, and yeah, let's get these. Like CBS has a real stick up their ass lately, and I don't blame them. And now they're getting sued, so it's kind of funny.
Well, the problem when you get negative feedback is that either you say, right, we need to change things, or no, we're going to stay the course. But, I mean, well, a lot of the fan base is actively against your project. I mean, that's got to be disheartening. Because, I mean, in terms of CBS, they didn't put much of the money forward necessarily. Netflix did. But, I mean, that's a year of people's lives plus pre-production. I mean, it must be really upsetting, you know. I mean, in a motion picture, it comes out, and people are like, wow, that was... Because I was watching commentaries of the motion picture, and lots of people said... in the commentary, they were saying people didn't necessarily like it at the time. It was critically not enjoyed very much at all, but fans loved it because it was new Trek. But obviously, you know, I think one of them said, like, Walter Koenig said, I mean, they're all smart people. You watch it, he's like, well, that's a bit slow. That, you know, people are smart for the most part. I think Discovery writers very well know that wasn't a particularly good reveal. That didn't, you know, they know it didn't quite work. If your objective, you know. So I give them credit for the ability to know, and then that helps them retract, or I guess improve things. And to be fair, with the ability to retcon, they can actively improve season 2. And there's 2 super chats I want to get to, or 3, and then I want a question I think we should get to specifically. Will write the third with love for your evil twin brother. Who's twin brother? Mine or Stuart's? Will. Jonathan Davies, £10. That is so many dollars. Thank you. Keep up the good work, guys. Will you be doing more of the technology vids? Live long, prosper. Stuart, I want more technology. Yes, please.
We have more technology vids coming. I just finished a script last week or the week before on the holodecks, how the holodecks work.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I've got a few lined up. I'm writing at least one script a week now, just to kind of make up a buffer. So nice. If I can do a couple more a week, that's fine. I got a lot of great ideas, guys. A lot of great stuff is coming.
And the last one is number 1 special, $2. Thank you. I love how they could just put $1, but they always put a little bit more. You know, these are people donating because they love us, not just here's $1. Say what I'm saying. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And if there's some certain YouTubers that I would follow that I would do the same thing for, $5. Hey, talk to me. And he said, please recap situation for us, because you know, it's right. We've been going an hour and 20, and obviously
we've lost 100 people, but we've also gained new people.
Well, now anyway, I was talking. So yes, what was the?
So here's the recap of the situation. CBS is getting sued by a small game developer from Egypt over a game called Tardigrades, which was released on Steam in 2014. Basically, it has a large blue tardigrade that can travel through space. One of the characters in the game injects himself with tardigrade DNA, so he also has this ability. And a lot of the characters look very similar. They got a Stamets character, you've got a Hugh character, you've got a Michael Burnham type character in this game, as well as a Tilly character. So, and what else was there? There's a few other things. Can't think of. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But yes, there's a lot of similarities between this game that was released a year before.
Actually, one we forgot to mention. Sorry, is that actually, but the Burnham character and the Yolanda character are both in prison
for treason. Yep, exact same storyline there.
That one's a bit ridiculous, and I don't quite buy This is another quote. Infringing work also incorporates Egyptian styling and cultural practices in their fictional Klingon race, having a ship in the sarcophagus, employing a death practice similar to mummification, having the mummy placed in decorative space sarcophagus, and having uniforms which resemble Egyptian breastplates, which is an element from the original work. I feel like that's the biggest stretch, because I don't see Discovery, I don't see Egyptian. Okay, sarcophagus, but it's a function. Like it could have been called anything, and the ship itself doesn't look Egyptian. It looks Gothic. That was the whole point. I guess that no.
And as I mentioned earlier, I mean, in Star Trek 4, when Spock is doing his retraining, on the computer it says, identify the item, and it's a Klingon mummification glyph. So we know the Klingon's mummified before Discovery was even a twinkle in anybody's eye. Oh, we're getting some great super chats now. Damn.
Oh, someone just became a Patreon, apparently.
To put us over 1,100 a month. Thank you.
That's amazing. We dropped
Paul Keebler.
Yeah, we managed to get an amazing goal, and then when Discovery came out, we've been slowly losing that. But you have no idea. Like, little bits in every pot really bolster us. Because, I mean, if we're both honest, we were not getting dark, but it was getting harder to want to do Trekyards when we actively had to go into our savings to just continue. That's, we shouldn't have to go into debt to make videos that less and less people enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
But if a certain number of people support what we do financially with a little bit, then we can keep doing this. I mean, we're the only place bringing you new renders, the only place bringing you these guests, the only place bringing you weekly discussions, the only place doing all the canon information with discussion, like in a cool, sexy bundle that's more than a few minutes. If you want to see that stuff, you gotta, and it's been amazing. Things like this, how cool do you feel that we basically just earned like a week's worth of money, 2 weeks worth of money already, maybe, and it's just like Okay.
Oh, awesome! Plus, we're getting to engage with these people, and they
start to learn their names like directly. It's like,
yeah, it's true. A lot of you guys tune in for every live, which is awesome.
Don't know why.
Scott Keane sent us 79 not pounds, but like shillings. I don't know.
That's
what's your money like?
79p. That's under a pound. That's basically $1, but then it converted to pound. So it's under a pound.
Okay. Well, thank you. That adds up. Gareth Fairclough, £5. Please do not read this. Oh, never mind. Oh yes, I saw your comment earlier, but we don't have a moderator because Random's not here, so it kind of got stuck through. I apologize. David Schroeder, just moving along, $20.
Oh my God, that's so
great
much.
Work,
thank
guys.
You.
Keep up the great work. Love the originals. Well, thank you. Yeah, we love the originals too. Originals are really fun because we get to see something new, and we get to help the designer develop a history and specs for the ship. It's fun. It's a great process. The whole thing, from beginning to end, is just amazing.
And we do have 3 more in the works, so of different stages, because they all take time to do, because we do them properly, or at least we hope they want to do them properly. And before we jump on to the next comment, which is referred to me, I don't want to miss anyone out. Paul Peevler said, "I don't always agree with you guys. I like Discovery, but I appreciate your content. Helped rekindle my love for Trek. Also became a patron, and that was so I didn't read the comment, but that was the 1100 guy. And yeah, I mean, it's fine to disagree.
Well,
and I mean, you can like Discovery for different reasons. I like to think that it's like a filmmaker. You sort of know what you do and don't like, but as long as you can justify it, like if you can justify why you like it, that's fine. And we can justify.
Have an intelligent conversation and don't be a dick. Yeah. Will Wright the Third. He said in the comments, "Been watching for years, Stuart. You and I were separated at birth. So he's my doppelganger apparently. See, I need you to send me a picture to my private message me on Facebook or send it to trekyards@hotmail.com. I want to see this doppelganger of mine, my evil mirror universe counterpart. You need to send me a photo. Just saying, because you know what I look like."
Yes, Chris White, love your work, thank you. And we had a Tim Theo, $2. See, every $2 does make a big difference. Commander, Convergence looks lit.
It's off the hook, yo.
Thank you. No, we released the teaser. Yes, I released the teaser yesterday. Stuart, what do you think of the teaser for Convergence?
It's very teasy.
We've always seen the film, so the very, very, very early film.
It looks good, which I'm in, by the way, guys. I make my first fan film appearance in this one, so.
As Admiral Supreme Foley of the Dark Armada Killing Fleet, the third, who's led an empire and now in ruin. Or not. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. You know, sometimes you say things, sometimes I say things, and they don't go anywhere.
That's never once happened. What are you talking about? We can't edit lives.
Yeah, I edit normal videos. Oh god, the things I take out sometimes.
Speaking of, we need to do a bloopers sometime. I know I keep mentioning that, but I would love to see that myself.
I would love to get an editor back.
Speaking of, if you guys know an editor or are an editor and would like to join us and help us with Trekyards, you need to work in Adobe Premiere, I think.
Yep,
Samuel?
Adobe Premiere CS6. That's the one I use and we both use because it helps just for us both to have it.
I don't use that.
You have it though.
I do, but I use Corel. It's easier for me for what I do over here.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Sorry. How much to get the commander's shirt off, says number one special. He sent us $2. Oh, speaking of.
I'll tell you what. Well, see, that's not fair because we're doing so well. Oh, I don't know. Stuart, I don't wanna commit to
Since we're doing so well, somebody needs to donate $100 US to get his shirt off.
Fine, if you got 100 in a single donation, because it's not about building up, it's about single, because that's sort of the fun of it. For 100 donation, I'll take my shirt. Not say over my head, but I will show the goods. I'll do a little spin. I'll look pretty, or debatably pretty, and you can see my belly. Oh,
right.
Someone just said, Skaterfile Z. CBS getting sued? Yes. That's the summary of our video. Which version of Adobe Premiere? CS6, because it's backwards compatible and forwards compatible, so if we went to CC, if we stopped paying, we'd lose it, so I didn't go to CC. Sorry. Begging again. No, just, you know, need to earn money to live, because, you know, otherwise we don't live.
He wants to make it worth it. He's like very shy, I guess. I don't know.
Don't blind us, please.
I'll get naked for free if I have to. Anyway.
Nude yards. Nude yards, Stuart.
So this is our giveaway. Yes. I've already put it together and showed it. It's already back in the box. Captain Foley Pimp. P-I-M-P. 5 pounds. Yes. So we need to come up with an idea for this, Samuel. What do you think? For the last, like, half hour or so of the show, of the live, what should we do? What should we do?
I don't even know.
Should it be like a... It's got to be a super chat, obviously, and it's got to be convince us to watch The Expanse.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, well, no,
I don't know.
Expanse spoilers, and I'm saying that, but I really don't want to enjoy it fresh.
Okay, so never mind that one then.
Because even like top things about Discovery, it'd be difficult. I don't know.
Well, think about that while I read Pondimus Maximus's $4.99 super chat. Keep the shirts on, you degenerates. Also, I think you missed David's super chat. Which one? David's super chat. Where's that? See the? My computer's freezing. David Schroeder.
Oh, thank you, Madison. Just want to say thanks for the great shows. You really got back into Trek, which I haven't watched since I was 10. Oh my god, thank you. How old are you now then, dare I ask, Madison? That's really kind. Yeah, we do try. Thank you.
Jill Wright, $2. Space Race episode from Stargate 1 would be a fun episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode. Oh no. Eric Henry's channel? What?
Yeah, I got taken down again. Third time.
What do you mean?
Yep. I saw this just before our live went up. Eric Henry's channel does amazing videos.
God's
awesome
sake.
guy. For the third time now, YouTube's taking it down.
What? Are you kidding me? That is ludicrous. I mean, he does such good videos. I've helped with one of the videos. You know, I would help more if he asked. You know, it adds.
YouTube needs to get their shit together sometimes, I guess.
I just
knock on wood. That hasn't happened to us yet.
and they're so well thought out. That's crazy. Like they're a great. Eric Henry's a great example of quality, not quantity, where he has the time to make one
Yes,
good video that's short, and that's enough. You know.
it's amazingly informative. Yes,
But he also
yes.
doesn't rely on it for funding, so he can spend the time and not worry about how much money it brings in. Whereas we actually have my full income is generated from Trekyards, which is not a good thing, really, and a lot of yours is. So it's like, well, we need to earn money every month, either way, unfortunately. So these super chats make a massive difference. But that's crazy.
Gareth Fairclough,
Oh my God, really?
5 pounds.
Gareth, you're a monster. Amazing.
You're awesome, though.
You've probably literally donated this one chat 30 hours of Trekyards income, like 2 videos worth of video. Like I'm not kidding, because it's in pounds, so it's worth more.
Yeah, he's got an idea for the prize. Think up a creative reason why someone could possibly dislike a Trekyards stream. Oh, I don't want to hear any hate to close this out.
It's been such a positive live. Although someone said, Captain to Captain. Captain Forsyth, when does the commander get promoted? Captain Foley, when does the commander get promoted?
I didn't see those. We've talked about this.
I mean, Stuart, why?
Because it's a shtick. It's like Abbott and Costello, the captain and commander. And it takes years to get promoted. I mean, look at... I'm sure Riker got offered some captaincies in the 7 years, but I mean, we haven't been on the air for 7 years, Trekyards. 4 years coming up on that, but, just bought the gold Trekyards shirt. Looks great. Well, thank you, Mike Girls. Awesome.
Just got an amazing $20 super chat as well from David Schroeder. Great work, guys. Keep up the great work. Love the originals. We love them too.
Yes, and thank you.
Oh, the commander is like Ensign Kim, never promoted. To be fair, that's not wrong.
But he's a commander, so.
Well, yeah, and he was also on the bridge doing cool things all the time.
Yeah. David Bessig, $5. I donate every live stream. I missed everything, so I have no question. Long and prosper.
Oh.
Well, thank you, David.
$5 is amazing.
Nice to see you. Glad you could make it. So we're giving away this Expanse ship. Which is cool.
Someone said, David Ford, did I miss something? Have you guys seriously not seen The Expanse? I don't like when people say, have you not seen something? Like, we're all fans of something. Like, Stuart, have you seen The Flash?
I have seen a few episodes of that.
You haven't seen every episode religiously?
No. I like dipping into things.
But how can you not? It's an amazing show, and I love that show. I love it so much. I'm really annoyed that you haven't, I don't care you haven't seen it. Like, there's so many shows. My grandma watches lots of cop procedurals. She loves them to bits. I don't care. You know what I mean? So the fact that I haven't seen Expanse, okay, I'm sure I'll get there eventually. Like, we all have certain things.
Plus, it's a time issue. I mean, I got a lot of stuff I need to watch.
Yes.
A lot of series that me and Sylvia want to watch, but to sit down and watch them all, it's insane to find the time to do so.
Which is because I think we've both got more creatively driven as we've got into this, and we've had to train ourselves about the content we do. But I don't know about you, but I've broken myself when it comes to free time. Like, I can't game anymore, because every time I try and game, I think it was wasted time, because if I spend 7 hours, that's a lot of Trekkers that I could be doing, which gets me time to do other things, and time to spend with my girlfriend, time to spend with my family. Like, I can't justify 7 hours to game when I should be working to earn more time. So, like, a show that I haven't started yet, it's even more time. Like, I watch certain shows every week when they come out, and like I put time into Babylon 5 because I was seeing that for a convention specifically, and I watched something else. There's reasons, but I'll get there eventually. Like, it's kind of nice to have a show, like I said before, that you haven't watched yet.
In the bank, ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah, and a good one too, because we've heard a lot of good things. So we're still trying to figure out a way to give you guys this. No, not a band account, $2. If Picard is back, we need Captain Shelby. I wouldn't mind seeing Captain Shelby back. Yeah.
She wasn't that interesting a character, but they could do more with her. I mean, every character could do more with. Someone said, if you like The Flash, you might not like The Expanse. It's very adult-oriented sci-fi in tone and feel. It's not fun, but still great. Yeah, I wasn't saying I just like fun shows. Like, I love BSG. It's not a fun show. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Babylon 5 is not particularly fun. It's got some dark bits. I mean, it's, Flash is one example because I've always liked the idea of going fast. I didn't know the comic, but I like the characters. I like the situations. I like the storytelling. I like the cinematography. It's more about the thing itself rather than the tone specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I liked
right.
I loved Avengers, the last one, because it actually had a lot darker tone. I thought it was really good. Like it did what it did really well.
So let's wrap this up in 20 minutes because we started late. Is that okay?
Oh yeah. I was assuming we'll go for the full
All right.
2 hours.
So for the last 20 minutes, yeah, I still haven't come up with an idea for this
It's tricky.
damn giveaway.
And I gotta, we both gotta write them down and stuff. Because you wouldn't want to do like best reasons to watch The Expanse, because then you'd be giving away cool things. It's always something we can judge. Stuart, I don't know.
Yeah. Because I really want to give away this cool shit.
Oh, I got one.
What?
How would you summarize The Expanse as a show, only referencing other shows, like the darker Firefly without gravity? So you got to use multiple things. Like, how do you summarize the show? But we don't need
without giving anything away. No
yes.
Spoilers.
Yes. Not saying the Mass Effect ending of shows. It's like, well, that just gave so much away. So yeah. So shall we say from now or in like a couple of minutes? Where's 30? Yeah, well,
from now.
30. Okay.
From now.
So summarize why we should watch The Expanse. Like, what is The Expanse as a show, in a sentence, directly using other TV shows as an example, and we will judge our favourite.
That's a great idea.
And the criteria for such is, we don't know how we're going to judge that, but we'll know it when we see it.
Then you win this little diorama of the ship. Looks really cool.
Yes.
So yeah. Ian Smith, $4.99. Guys, love you and The Expanse. You should watch it because it has the sophistication of new BSG and Game of Thrones with a very grounded and realistic view of the future. And then he went on to send $1.09. Well, we'll include that one, I guess, because he compared it to BSG and Game of Thrones. And then another $1.99.
So who's that then? Sorry.
That is Ian Smith.
Oh yeah, because you've got to do a super chat for that, guys, because it's a raffle basically. So yeah, super chat any amount, $1 or more, and that all goes towards, and we'll pick randomly. I'm gonna start writing them down now.
The Rocinati. How do you pronounce this? Rocinati.
I haven't seen the show yet.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I've heard it before, but I can't think of it offhand, and it just.
Oh, that's interesting. Someone, Tim Theo just said, Trekyards, would be cool to allow fans to Skype in for 2 minutes in order to ask questions for a pre-specified super chat amount. Would allow for more fan interaction. Yeah, what do you think about that? About having
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to rip people off, but I mean, like, at $20 is genuinely quite a lot for us in terms of what funding. But I mean,
Gotta remember, everything we earn gets split.
And changed in currency as well. So $5 is $2.50 each, and then it's only about £1.10 for me. So it really devalues when you split it. If it was one of us, we'd be doing absolutely fine. It's really not.
One of our Trekyards admins just donated $20.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Chris. If you like the rogueness of Firefly, the darkness of new BSG, and the science of Trek, and the intrigue of Game of Thrones, you will love The Expanse.
That's a hell of a summary.
Okay, well, and a hell of a donation for it.
That's
so
amazing.
Thank you. All right, well, that's going in the bank then.
And somebody said, have you seen Dark Matter? I have seen almost all of Dark Matter, and I really want to see more Dark Matter stuff on this channel at some point. Have you seen Dark Matter, Stuart?
Again, I've seen probably about 5 episodes of it.
That's a slow ass burn. It's a show that knew it was going in being cheap, in a fine way, which meant that it was about, I think they had a 5-season plan, and so each season's built neatly, and they, a lot of it's on the ship, but it's beautiful for what it is. It's just very build up.
Dave Schroeder said, did they not see super chats of 20? I did mine, and they didn't even say anything about the originals. Yeah, we saw your super chat about
I went back.
Originals is your favorite show.
Yeah, I went back and commented on it specifically because I noticed that.
Yeah, we see them.
But if you, I guess, turn away for a second, you might miss it. That's the problem with live. It's like, if you miss it, That's the problem with this discussion topic, is that we talked about it for like 45 minutes, but if you tune in now, we haven't talked about it. So, well, we did for a long time. Just, so, yeah. We try. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's just this. See, now I want to buy Dark Matter on Blu-ray. But I don't think they released the entire season.
John Harrison sent £5. Have you seen Killjoys? Yes.
No.
I've seen a few episodes of Killjoys as well.
A few episodes again.
I can't commit to a series.
That's funny.
I see it when it's on TV. I'll watch an episode or I'll hit parts of it.
I watched the trailer and was thoroughly underwhelmed. And I've never really looked into it. So I don't know if it was really enjoyed or not. I mean, what do you think from your very limited watching? I mean, did you watch the first couple? Was it like a, from the start sort of thing, or?
This Dark Matter?
No, Killjoys. I have no experience with it at all.
Oh no, I didn't watch from the beginning. I kind of missed the first little bit, but finale from Ready Player One is in it, and she's a pretty fantastic actress. And it's always advertised on Space here in Canada. So, I mean, they're just advertising season 2 now. And from the highlights I see from that, I've tuned into a few of them because the time it's on, I just missed the end of it. Or missed the beginning and catch the end. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much into it right away, though, as far as I know. My brother Steve watched it. He says it's really good, so I trust his opinion. And Rick Sternbach watches it. I believe. No, that might be Dark Matter that he was talking about. I don't know I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. This is the answer.
Did you like the bits you saw?
I did very much, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's more of a Canadian show, though, to be honest.
Eh?
Eh?
Should we take on some pirates, eh?
Right.
And by the way, I just saw, and I don't like the price point of this, to be honest. They just now finally put on the Discovery Blu-ray £40 for the season 1 Blu-ray for November. That seems a little bit steep for a single season of 13 episodes or 15 episodes.
That's Discovery?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not going to sit well with people.
So £40 is what, 60 Canadian, 65 Canadian, it's about 48 American, 50 American.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I know it's brand new, but that's quite a lot for a very small. Like, they're milking that in terms of money, especially as my girlfriend paid Netflix to watch it, but, like I was just looking at, Dark Matter Blu-rays, obviously it's not new anymore, but, £20, £30, and it's like, well, double the episodes and double the special features, so it's like, well,
Yeah. Mythic Fable said, Stewart is married to Star Trek, all other sci-fi shows are just floozies on the side. That sums me up, I guess. Not a Band account sent $2. Trekyards shirt prize was great. Everyone buy one. Cool. John Davies, £5. The Rocinante was Don Quixote's horse and mentioned in Russia's Cygnus X1. Cool. And Ekri, $1.99. Oh, you can give money. Yes, you can.
Oh, someone just mentioned Lost in Space. Yeah, that new Lost in Space was excellent. I wonder if that's on Blu-ray. The brand new one. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very...
I haven't watched that yet either.
Really interesting.
Since that's on Netflix, it's a lot easier to start it from the beginning to the end.
Yes.
Like Killjoys is on Space, so it's on live TV here, so we're just like...
Still no Blu-ray or anything. Well, I watched for the first time one episode of the original. It's not great. It's just it's not great. It's just funny how not great it is. Like, nothing against it. But it's funny. Oh yeah, apparently it's $66.90 Canadian. Yeah. So no one's donating to get the because everyone could donate and give us as a thing. I'm surprised no one is. We have 2 people currently. So what was the prize for the what was the criteria to get the giveaway? Because we've got 2 so far, so you got 50-50 chance.
Yeah, they had to tell us how good a show it was by comparing it to other shows, but without giving anything away.
Yes.
So, like, give us another show that is similar. I mean, Chris's was pretty fantastic. Kind of covered the whole
gambit. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But simply put, yeah. How do you summarize? How do you summarize Expanse with other ships? So, like I said, the darker Firefly with spaceships that are more shooty. I'm gonna bam a bit more. So yeah, if you want to win the little ship, please do donate whatever you want, $1, and you're in this raffle to go. But John Harrison donated five. I love English donations because I get paid in dollars, so they're worth more. Killjoys, I watched all seasons. I watched all. Season 1 gets into some crazy stuff at points. Nice Ship 2 on Netflix. Nice Ship 2 on Netflix. Sam. Is it on Netflix? Is it on UK Netflix? Well, I guess you're UK, so you must know. But I'm kind of getting into Blu-rays.
John Harrison, £5. Killjoys, I watch all season. 1 gets into some crazy stuff at points. Nice Ships 2 on Netflix. Sam, is that what you just read?
I just read that. You can tell.
Well, I was checking a voicemail because I was supposed to be done this live chat 10 minutes ago because we started late, and I apologize.
Stuart wasn't listening. That's fine. And you can buy the Killjoys.
Hey, how would you guys like to hear an episode of Trekyards but ASMR? What is that?
ASMR, Stuart. ASMR.
Yeah, because you listen to that all the time, don't you?
You gotta get closer, Stuart. You gotta get really close and just enjoy it.
And listen to the sounds.
It's a really nice way of saying it. No, seriously. I found the Killjoys Blu-rays are about £10 each on.
Yeah, we're creeping people out. We should do a whole episode of Trekyards like this. This is the sound that the hole makes when.
This has really devolved, hasn't it, into something else?
This has gone right off the rails. Whoa. Who wants to win this? So far, I think there's one person in the running. No, there's
two. I should probably stop, shouldn't I?
You should probably stop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Ian Smith. I can't afford $20 super chat, but love that ship. No, any donation amount, any super chat from 99 cents is in the raffle. So seriously, let us know what you think for anything.
Well, we already included yours because you were the first one as we were kind of making the guidelines for the rules. So you're in there already. So
you're one of the two.
You're one of the two. You got a 50-50 chance right now of winning this thing.
But try again. I don't know. You can put multiple if you want. If you now know their one. But yours was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't want to be distracted, but I got 15 things on the go right now, so. No way Samuel may be daddy, but ASMR whispering is just creepy.
Oh. Yeah.
Last week's shirtless Trekyards. This week ASMR Trekyards. Next week, who knows? It can only get better, right? Or no, maybe it could get worse.
You come here for the ships, you stay for the people.
Thank you for such amazing videos. Well, thank you. Why is CBS being sued?
Wait, CBS being sued? Stuart,
we'll do another quick recap. So, Egyptian game developer made a game called Tardigrades in 2014, and basically it's a large blue tardigrade that flies through space, and one of the characters in it injects himself with tardigrade DNA so he can also do this, and one of the characters also has just been released from prison for treason, and there's a lot of similarities between the game and the Star Trek Discovery, and Star Trek Discovery was announced in 2015, a year after this game came out. So there you go. That's it in a nutshell. Check it out. 50 Shades of Trekyards. That would be a better contest. We should restart the contest.
Oh dear.
What should Trekyards do next week and come up with new ideas? There you go.
Discovery tardigrade doesn't fly through space; it flies through the mycelial network. But I think space.
But it did fly through space at the very end. It went up through the lock and then disappeared through the mycelial network.
I would still consider going through time flying in space. It's just in space time. Like if you're everything counts as the universe. When I mean space, I don't mean the non-matter of the vacuum. I mean the not on Earth universe. So they're flying through space via the mycelium network. So it's, for me personally, I would still consider that as flying through space.
Cool. Curtis Simpkins sent $1.99. Thank you very much, Curtis.
Thank you.
I mean, thank you all. Well, thank you very much. Curtis is a huge Elvis fan, so that's why I did that.
That's weird.
Probably
David Schwarter just posted on our Trekyards page. I did a super chat and they didn't even say anything about it. And we did.
But we did 3 times.
Yeah, and you've called out and we've talked about it twice. That's annoying. I mean, thank you. I mean, $20 is absolutely amazing, but we did. We did. So sorry, but we did. Sorry, you didn't hear it.
Not a banned account. $2 in the thick of it.
How can you, sir? How can you keep doing it? Really?
In the thick of it, in space, plus the X-Files. I don't know what in the thick of it is.
Oh, that's a UK show with Doctor. What was the comment? Sorry, I only had in thick of it.
In the thick of it, in space, plus X-Files.
That's interesting. In the thick of it, it's lots of swearing. It's very aggressive, but because they're all politicians, it's like the people that sort of... I haven't watched it in a few years now, but it's like the guys that are really behind the scenes of the government, and the guy that then became the Doctor, Peter Capaldi, is the getting it done man. So if you have a person you have to intimidate and make feel like shit, you send the Doctor in his earlier state, and he yells at you and he swears at you in his Scottish voice, and he's like yelling at you, and he's like, ah, that was terrible. Ignore that.
So he plays the Doctor in that too, eh?
What? No. But it shows acting range because they were very radically different parts. Although in season 1 he was grumpy as well, but they made him fun again, which was important. Because the Doctor's fun. The Doctor's importantly fun. Almond Matt, thanks guys, keep up the good work. Gotta run. Goodbye. Thank you. How about a Star Trek show set on a New Orleans class? Yeah, you know, we can do that for any ship. Would be an interesting 1 episode. You know, why not? Why not?
Will Wright the Third, Stuart, check out PM on Facebook. I think you sent it to the wrong one. You sent it to, if you sent it to Stuart TG Foley, that's my other account. That's my backup account. I don't want to really sign into that. Just find my other one, Stuart Foley, my main one, the one I use all the time, and send it to that one. Sorry, Will.
But yeah, he was commenting many times. You know, these live streams are pretty fun. You know,
Dystopian guy asked, "Did you like my Able class?" Yes, we like the Able class. That's why we heart it. Give it a heart. He does. Yeah, dystopian guy. Bleh, he's on Twitter and does some fantastic 3D ships and stuff. So.
Oh, is it? Were we tagged on Twitter? I don't use Twitter much.
If you see Trekyards commenting, it's usually me. I switch between mine and Trekyards all the time.
Let me have a look next. I haven't seen that, I don't think.
But yeah, so.
Oh dear. Yeah, Eric Henry should be ashamed of themselves for letting their shoddy algorithm arbitrarily destroy my channel 3 times as harmful and dangerous to all of us, including you. YouTube, do better. Yeah, that's
yes.
Shocking.
Oh, Ian Smith, another $1.99. Expanse is dark like BSG, crew of Firefly, and mixed with the X-Files. Ooh.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's really intriguing.
Although that's 2 he's done now, so he's now 2 in the pot. Does that mean the power of his answers grow if we combine them both together? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean that is the most descriptive one for me so far. So I'm not saying that's going to win, but I'm just saying.
You can always tell when Stuart's sort of made up his mind. He has that sort of thing. The mycelial network is in space. That's like saying flying through a wormhole is not in space. Yes, exactly.
A British tar is a soaring star. Sorry. Somebody commented that.
I like Insurrection. I like Insurrection.
I was in that play, The Pirates of Penzance, in public school. I was one of the background sailors.
Did you sing lots?
I did.
Were you amazeballs?
No. I hated every second of it, but anyway. So there you go.
Nice.
Hello guys, what have I missed? Absolutely nothing.
What
That was
have I
Scottish
missed?
Scottish.
Absolutely nothing. Well, everything. Literally everything.
All right, so I guess it's time to wrap this up because I said 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour 49, so we've still got, I guess, do a 10-minute wrap up. This is the lightning round. Lightning 10 minutes.
All right, lightning 10-minute countdown. I wanted to, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Sorry,
Another 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just. So what? Remind everyone. What is the?
Of what?
What is the thing that you can win, and how do you win it? Because people join all the time and they don't know.
You can win this little ship.
Little.
It's from the Expanse, the Rocinante or whatever. I already assembled it, since disassembled, put it back in the box. But it's a little diorama. It's got a planet. It's Jupiter there, and really cool little model. Not very big, but very neat. It's from Loot Crate. So, but I'm not a fan of the Expanse. Like I haven't really watched it, so I am willing to give this up to one of our awesome viewers for tuning into the live and actually contributing and helping us out. And just watching the lives is very helpful. So I love helping people out and giving people stuff. And so there you go.
Could you compare it to an Eagle Moss ship, just so people have an idea how big it is?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I got Eagle Moss ships upstairs.
I can vamp if you want.
No, I don't want to go back upstairs.
Well, any minute you've got around, just to give it.
Yeah, hold on. I will pull it out of the packaging.
I'm basically just googling Blu-rays now.
Here's one of the hallmark ornaments of the Enterprise. And this is the size of the Rocinante beside it there.
I like how you're doubling down on that word, how to pronounce it. I really hope it's actually pronounced that way.
Rocinante? I don't know. Sounds right. Christopher, he's commenting again. $10. In addition to what I said before, he wants to win this too. The Mystery of X-Files and the Politics of the West Wing. Oh!
I haven't seen the West Wing. Is there lots of politics in the West Wing?
No, I haven't watched it.
You don't watch it either?
I've seen an episode or two.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great.
No, that's... See, you left out the X-Files before, Chris, and that's pretty important. You know what I'm saying?
I've only seen like 3 X-Files. Because, and it's weird. We've got some time, but I'll tell a little story. So, finish the model thing, and I'll tell a little story about the X-Files.
Finish the model. I'm pretty much finished. I'll just show it off as you talk.
Yeah. So I for university, I did a film degree, and part of that they said, well, we're going to watch lots of different things, and we watched, Psycho and one of the Russian really famous old film. Anyway,
Citizen X.
No, Battleship something. Battleship Potemkin. That was pretty good actually. It held up surprisingly well, considering it's no sound and it's very simple. But cinematography is really quite interesting. Anyway, and they gave us an X-File episode, as well as a Babylon 5 episode. The Babylon 5 episode was the newsreel one. Luckily, I didn't pay as much attention as I probably could have, because there was no context. So I was like, all this information, I don't get it, I don't like the characters. I didn't quite like it. I watched one episode of X-Files, and it was an episode where they're hunting aliens, as they do. And it was 2 episodes actually, I think. Or no, it was anyway. They end up in a cabin and they get infected, and the woman, I think it's Scully, Muller. I'm blanking. The lady. She almost dies, and all I kept thinking watching the episode was that, boy, it's sexist. Like all the lady's job is just to be saying things and get in trouble, and the guy comes in and is the smart one and has the good lines, and it's like, wow, this is really dull. This is not. I mean, again, 1 episode, late season, no interest in the characters. So obviously watching something out of context doesn't help. But I was like, wow, if that's the chemistry of these 2 people, this is a show of its time. Because I was like, boy, they didn't give that I'm sure it's quite a good, talented lady actress anything to do. And everyone's obviously screaming, saying, wow, but Mulder and Scully is the best thing about it. But it's like, yeah, but that episode didn't represent it. So it was weird to see. It's weird to see.
Yes.
There you go.
Cool.
Oh, dear.
So that's a pretty good toss-up now between Ian Smith and Christopher.
With 2 each. Yeah.
And they're both very descriptive.
Yes.
Mm.
I will reread them. We have the combined Ian Smith answers. Guys, love you. Thank you. And The Expanse. You should watch it because it has the sophistication of new BSG and Game of Thrones, with a very groundbreaking, realistic view of the future. It's dark like BSG, crew of Firefly, X-Files rolled into one. So he's basically summarised it's like BSG, Game of Thrones, Firefly and X-Files all put together.
Very cool.
And those are some of the best shows of ever.
Yes.
Not a Banned Account said it's the thick of it in space plus X-Files. So again, X-Files is a thing, but like the English stuff. And then Christopher Blur, again, 2 combination. If you like the roughness of Firefly, the darkness of the new BSG, the science of Trek, and the intrigue of Game of Thrones, you'll love The Expanse. Also the mystery of the X-Files, and the politics of the West Wing. So it's BSG plus Trek plus Firefly plus Game of Thrones plus X-Files plus West Wing. Similar themes, though. People seem to like similar sort of things.
We'll give it 1 more minute, and then we'll close down the entry thing for that. So you got 1 minute, guys. I'm just rereading these myself.
That's funny. Someone said people probably the worst stretch of episodes to intro people to X-Files. Hey, not my fault. That's why I got told to watch for the assignment. The ship you've got looks like Nomad the android. Or Nomad.
Rizvan Malay, who knew? I don't know. On the other news, CBS is being sued. Yeah, we've covered that a few times now.
That's the problem with this sort of format is that we talked about it all throughout, but if you're joining us now, you don't know that. But believe me, we talked about it. And it was great. It was great. Oh, what's this? Start with the original series Origins. It's a Blu-ray that I've never seen before. It's got Cage, Where No Man's Gone Before, Space Seed, Errand of Mercy, Troubles with Tribbles. Just 5 episodes. Okay, cool. That's weird.
All right, so entries are closed.
Oh my god!
So who's gonna win this fantastic Expanse ship? Dun, dun, dun.
I like the descriptiveness of Christopher's because they're a little more descriptive. Roughness of Firefly, darkness of BSG, science of Trek, intrigue of Game of Thrones, mystery of X-Files, politics of West Wing. A lot of stuff.
That's the way I was leaning as well.
Okay.
Let me just read Ian's over again real quick.
But I love the sophistication of BSG. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I like roughness of Firefly because that's a very unique way of looking at Firefly.
Ian Smith snuck one in, $1.99. You'll question whether you'd back Earth or Mars. Oh, I don't know if I should count that. I would probably back Earth because why would I not?
We don't know. You don't know. Mars Liberation Front. Sure. I gotta still go Christopher, even though Ian, love you for putting in 2 straight and then putting a third one to try and beat Christopher out. But I like the intrigue of Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones is very intriguing as well. A little more descriptive.
I'm gonna just flip something here because I can't decide.
Okay.
All right, I flipped it twice and it came up with Chris each time. I was gonna give it 3, but Chris, I'm sorry, Ian. That was awesome. I would back Earth though. I'm sorry, Ian. Don't be mad at us.
Red Faction. I was thinking Red Faction, Leon. Exactly. Sorry.
But there you go, Chris. You did win this. So there you go. I'll be sending that off to you. As you know the routine. Just send me your address.
Did he win something before?
I sent him a Trekyards shirt already.
Oh, as in...
He didn't win it, but he's one of our admins and he paid for it. So yeah,
cool. That's cool. Well, congrats.
And he didn't win because he was an admin, guys. Don't be like that.
I didn't know it was. We have a lot. See, I let Stuart. See, I deal with the technical stuff. Stuart deals with the people stuff more. So
yes.
Yeah. Because I have so many things I've got to do. Ah.
Oh, that's just.
I can watch I'll watch on the live then. If I've got a delay, I'll rewatch it.
No, you won't. Anyway, guys, we're gonna call that a wrap. I got stuff I
Overkill
got to
dash.
do half an hour ago. If we wouldn't have started late. Um, but thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, will CBS be victorious in this lawsuit? Will the game Tardigrades come out on top? What will happen? Who knows? Tune in next time for another exciting adventure of Trekyards Live.
And my summary. Funny one, good old gamer. Sorry. So the captain's an extrovert and the commander's an introvert. I'm not an introvert, am I, Stuart?
No, and I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm an introvert, if anything.
A bit more, yeah. No, and thank you guys so much. It's been a tremendous live. The support you've shown has made all the difference. Both in comments because it's been a really lively discussion, and financially because it's so much of our monthly income just helped us raise there. What a tremendous team. We look forward to next week's live, or maybe a midweek, something random, because we're doing different sorts of topics. And I want to see another one with you and Sylvia at some point. I've got ideas for being a guest of my own, because I think it'll be kind of fun.
Yes.
And maybe more guests in the future, because we've enjoyed these discussions. So thank you so much. We love you, and I'll let Stuart go the final closeout, because he is that sort of guy.
All right, guys. Again, as you said, thank you very much. Sylvia does want to join me again for another one, so maybe midweek. Sylvia and myself will do one. And she blows kisses to everybody that does super chat. I mean, you might appreciate that. So, anyway. And there you go. Chris, you won the Expanse ship. Yay. So, thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll have another great giveaway in the next live, I think. We try to give something away every time. And looking forward to that. So, stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I've got to press stop stream, haven't I? Because I'm running out. So, 3,
Yes.